Hey friends, hey! I'm here. I am going to try to go live in my story as well. So give me 2 seconds to get that set up. I just put my phone in front of my camera, in front of my computer. Checking connection. If you're here, give me a wave. Hello, we are live. So this live today is specifically focused on talking about how to market in the time of coronavirus, how to market in an economic downturn, because as the stock market has shown us, that's a definite possibility for where we're headed, but it doesn't have to be the end of all things. So I just really wanted to show up here today, try to be of service, because I was also getting a ton of questions from clients and friends and people in communities that I belong to, and so I just wanted to try to be helpful and calm in this kind of crazy week, right? This is my daughter's last day of school for at least 2 weeks. The school just sent out a panicked technology survey asking if we had access to computers and internet at home, which I thought was pretty hilarious because they sent it via email. I guess if you're at work, maybe you have information at home, but anyway, I am gonna make sure we are all good to go, and then I'll start answering questions. So we are good to go. So what I want to share with you this morning is that I have a few ideas that I've sketched out in my book as I'm dropping things. But if you have questions specific to your business and your circumstances, please put them in the chat. I am happy to answer them as we go, okay? So let's talk for just a few minutes about what I mean by, hey Ellie, what I mean by marketing to this emergency, right? So we've probably all seen it already in our inboxes. I actually, I was looking in my spam inbox this morning for something else because I was actually looking for that survey from the school. I'm going to share my screen here for just a second if I can. Can you all see this? So Tactical Elite LLC or whatever it is saying COVID-19 protection. Hey, Ellie. Then I've got new tactical medical kits and tactical medical kits, right? So this is just in my spam right now. People are already like going crazy. I asked for examples of bad marketing they've seen, and people were talking about they're already getting like Bed Bath & Beyond, how to prepare for COVID-19 and all this stuff. So there's a right way and a wrong way to quote unquote take advantage of what's happening in a situation like this, and that's what I want to talk about today, okay? So first let's talk about some examples of what good marketing in this situation looks like and bad marketing. And I'm not going to call anybody out for bad marketing because that doesn't do anybody any good. But I want to definitely show what a better example would be, right? So here's a good example. I have a lot of restaurants that I follow because I used to be a food writer, right? So this morning I saw a restaurant that I love promoting their live music lineup for the next few weeks. Okay, well, that's a little tone deaf, pun intended, because in all likelihood, people are going to stop being in public places like that over the next few weeks, more and more, right? On the good side, I've seen several other restaurants in my area promoting the fact that they are stepping up delivery and takeout. So they're saying, like, call us. We'll pack up anything for you. You can take it home. Or we do delivery with DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. That's good, right? They want to stay open, and so they want to promote themselves, but they want to do it in a safe way. Another example, this one was shared on my page, a clothing retailer, a big national brand, sent out an email saying, take a break from the news and come look at our Instagram feed. And the person, hey Brianna, the person who shared it with me was like, I found that incredibly distasteful. Like, come look at bras and dresses and and pretty clothes instead of paying attention to what's going on in the news. I get what they're going for. It just missed the mark, right? Instead, what about all the companies that are offering resources, right? They're offering free or discounted offers of their tastes of their business, or, they're offering new accessibility. Like there's some places like Loom that are offering free accessibility for schools and things like that. So those people are doing it right, right? Now, this is not to say that you need to discount your services or offer them for free. That is 100% not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you have an opportunity to help, you should take it, rather than just saying, come look at my Instagram feed to feel better about life. Yeah, that feels a little weird. If I had been doing the marketing for that national retail chain, I probably would have suggested they do something like, hey, did you know that you can go online and order if you don't want to come into the store? Right? So it's helpful information, as opposed to being like totally tone deaf to the fact that there's a major pandemic happening. Okay, so again, if you're just joining us, hi and welcome. I will be answering questions. If you have questions, go ahead and send them to me. I'll answer them, anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to talk about today. But I do have a couple of questions that I wrote down that people have been asking me over the last few days that I'm going to go through. So hopefully some of this will be relevant to you as well. Okay, so what do I do if I'm having a launch right now? If I'm trying to launch a product, right? I don't think she would mind me saying so. My friend and colleague Meg Casebolt is having a launch right now. She's launching an SEO school. And if you don't follow her on Instagram and other places, I believe she switched her Instagram to her new thing, which is Love at First Search. But you can also look for Meg Casebolt. Her email today was masterful. And let me tell you why. She was extremely honest. She was extremely vulnerable. She said things like, I've had this launch on the calendar for months, but when I went to send it this morning, it felt really icky. It felt icky to ignore it. And it also felt icky to say something like, hey, you're going to be home anyway. Why not take an SEO course? So instead, what she did was she said, hey, it's still here. You can take it. I've added a payment plan if things feel icky, like if you need to stretch it out. Here are some other free resources you can do. I thought it was really masterfully done, especially because she was just being real, right? Because we're all feeling that way right now. So I think the next thing, you don't need to cancel your launch necessarily, unless it's somehow extremely distasteful. And I can't even think of what an example of that would be right now. But you do not need to cancel your launch. You do need to be cognizant of what's going on and what's happening in the world. I think if you just go ahead and send out your launch emails without any mention, it'll feel weird. It'll feel to people like you're disconnected or like it's completely automated. And yes, Brianna, what she's offering with SEO will be super important and valuable right now. And so I thought it was especially even more realistic and vulnerable for her to say it felt icky to her to market from that space, like she was taking advantage, right? So let's talk about that for a second. How do we take advantage without taking advantage? I think that to Brianna's point, if you are offering something that's going to be super important and useful right now, don't hold back. Sell it. Make the offer. Because what's important here is not that we don't want to pull back completely, right? That's not good for us, and it's not good for the people who need us. What we want to do is market as people, as human beings to other human beings. So, Meg could say in her next email, if you're thinking of taking your stuff online, this is a good choice for you. I can help you, right? There's nothing icky about that to me. The people in my email that I shared earlier that were like, buy face masks, buy shelf-stable food, panic, panic, panic. That feels icky, right? That feels icky. I think I've seen, excuse me, my nose is running, and I also want to tell you, if I cough, I have a cold. I do not have coronavirus. I've had a cold for about a week, but I'm fine. Everything's fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like if you offer something, or if you want to offer something new that will help people right now, do it. Offer it. There's no bad thing there, but just be marketing from a place of humanness, not from a place of panic or fear or literally taking advantage, right? Okay, so the next question I've been hearing is, what do I do if I've got a live event attached to something that I am selling now? So, excuse me, one of my clients has a virtual not DIY, done with you course that comes to fruition, or like the capstone of it is a live in-person 2-day event. So she was asking, like, what do I do? And that's not till like May, right? So she's selling it soon or now, and the event doesn't happen for a while. And she was saying, what do I do? How do I sell this? Do I take away the live thing? Do I add the live, do I talk about the live thing? So what we came up with together was to talk about the fact, what I would want to know as a buyer is, do you have a contingency plan? And what does it look like, right? So for me, that would say, so what we talked about with her is she's live streamed it before. So that's an option. She could live stream it, and then people who chose not to travel didn't have to. She's also positioned it as a bonus. So I think when the live event like that is a bonus, it's much easier to say, hey, we're pulling the live event, we're going to do it digitally instead, something like that, right? But I also said, just put the messaging in the sales page, in the emails, as part of the launch, what your contingency plans are, right? Do you have to come to the event? In her case, no, it's not required. What happens if I don't come to the event? Can I see it later? Can I watch it online? Are you going to record it? Like, et cetera, et cetera. So have a plan, know what it is. That's what we want to know. We want to know that you have a plan, and we want to just feel confident that whatever happens in May, you've got a plan to figure it out, right? Ellie, I'm looking at Instagram here. Ellie says, I feel like this too. I have an offering to help people/businesses connect online, which a lot of people are talking about at the moment, but it felt wrong using it as part of your marketing. I don't think it's wrong at all if you're handling it correctly, right? Because as you say, what you do is important, and it's going to help people. I'm doing the same thing, like blogging. Okay, like content marketing in the time of COVID, whatever. But I'm also my message is going to be, don't pull back on your marketing, which is a helpful message for people, right? I may not push as hard to say, like, hire me, but that'll be part of it, right? I have to make those calls to action. Like, I help people come up with marketing plans, and guess what? You're going to need one. Oh, crap. I have a time check on my... Hold on. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay. If I go away on Instagram, I'll come back. I promise. Or come find me on Facebook. Okay, so that's what you have if you have a live event as part of something you're selling right now. Just have a contingency plan, right? What do you do if you're trying to switch a live event to a virtual? So another client of mine offered a 1-day VIP day type thing, live in person in New York City. And she is preemptively switching it to a virtual VIP day. And so she was asking, do you have a swipe file for a sales page for a virtual VIP day? Like, what does that look like? And what I told her was this: the benefits are still the same. If you're switching from a live event to a virtual event, what I would do is actually play up the benefits of doing things virtually. And I don't mean play up the fact that you won't get sneezed on by the person next to you. I mean, play up the benefits, like you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can have she's an artist, so like you can have all your art supplies there with you. I can record it if it's digital, right? And I can give you access to the recording forever. So if I say something awesome, you can go back to it, right? So there are benefits to doing things virtually, even if there's going to be things you miss by not doing it in person, right? So like you don't get the same sense of community as sitting around the table at everybody, but you get these other things. So I think it's pretty cool. And what you just want to do, the benefits of like what you're teaching are the same. So all you're doing is playing up the benefits now of doing it virtually as opposed to doing it in person, right? Okay, and then the last thing, so if you've got questions, like hit me up because I absolutely am happy to answer even specific, like this is my business and this is my problem I'm having. The last one I want to talk about is your business model and your offers. So there are some businesses that like you literally can't do your thing. Like I'm thinking like acupuncture, massage therapy, restaurants are one of them, right? What else would be one? Like my brother-in-law is a facial plastic surgeon. He can't give you a nose job digitally. It just doesn't work. I mean, I guess he could with Photoshop, but it's not very permanent, right? So what do you do when you have a business model that is in person? A great example of this, a good friend of mine is a photographer, and she has my nose is running again, sorry. She has a niche working with quinceañeras. So like she's developed this niche where she photographs quinceañeras here in Colorado. And she's actually really concerned about things being canceled because photography is her main business. It's her main source of income. And I looked at her and I was like, girl, you're also a foraging expert, like finding wild food. Why don't you offer some more foraging classes? And if you can't offer them in person, why don't you do some videos about foraging or food storage or canning, things like that. I said, in this climate, people are going to be super interested in that. I actually gave some very similar news to a friend of mine who's a copywriter. We're all a little concerned because in a downturn, what do people do? They pull back. They don't invest. They're not going to invest in new things as much. They're not going to invest in what they consider luxury services for their business. And so we are rightfully concerned. Things happen. This is normal. Like this is part of it, right? And I said to her, your partner runs a permaculture. And she was like, yeah, but that means people have to come to the farm. And I said, no, make YouTube videos and monetize them. Even if it's just a little bit of money right now, it will grow. You're home anyway, make the damn videos. And then you can eventually maybe turn it into an online course, right? Some other examples I've seen lately, the best one I've seen so far is there's a fine dining restaurant in Seattle called Canlis, I think is how you say it. And they actually posted there like, Seattle doesn't need fine dining right now because Seattle's on lockdown, So they're turning it into a bagel shop in the morning, a like grab and go lunch. What was it? Something for lunch. I can't remember. And then the evening dinners, pick up family dinners. And you're going to be able to like drive up, buy it, and pick it up, even though it's a fine dining establishment. And I thought that is genius, right? Because they want to keep those people working. They want to stay in business. So they're going to change their business model for the duration of however long Seattle's on lockdown. So other things you might be able to do, if you're like an acupuncturist, massage therapist, those types of people who really do have to work with people in person. Okay, hold on. I have a time limit set on my phone for social media. Am I still here? Okay, sorry. I have a time limit set on my phone for social media, and it was telling me my time was up for Instagram. Okay. But no, if you have like those kinds of in-person, what can you do online? Can you teach people to do self-acupressure, self-massage? Maybe this is free videos that you're putting out that are just good marketing for your business now that you normally don't have time to do, right? Or maybe they're paid classes. Maybe you charge $25 and you do it on Zoom. Real easy. Like here's how to do acupressure on yourself because you're super stressed out, right? I'm trying to think what else. Like hairstylists. My hairstylist sent out an email talking about how she was going to try to help keep people safe and encouraging people over 65 to cancel their appointments, which I thought was super brave of her to say out loud, right? She could make videos about how to style your own hair at home. She was telling me before that she never has time to make videos and do stuff like that. So now is the time. Again, I'm not trying to take advantage and say like, hey, you're home, you're stuck at home, make some marketing videos, but you're stuck at home, make some marketing videos. All that stuff you think you never have time for, now's the time to do it, right? So if your business model can shift a little bit, if you can do something slightly adjacent, if you have some other kind of expertise that you can share, this can help keep you busy and help keep your business going. Also, I just want to reiterate very, very strongly, now is the time to be marketing your business, okay? I actually had lunch with a guy on Wednesday, I don't remember. My days are all mixed up. And he's probably old enough to be my dad. He's in his 60s. He's had, I don't know, 5 or 6 successful businesses in the past. He wanted to meet to talk about digital marketing because he said, I've built these businesses, in person, and I don't understand this digital marketing thing, but I want to do courses and stuff. And I said, sure, let's meet. Let's talk about it. What actually happened when we got there was he's got a whole new business idea to take advantage of the downturn. And what he said was that as an accountant, as somebody who invests in the stock market, and as a business owner he's been through 4 recessions. And if this one turns into a recession, it'll be number 5 for him as a business owner. And what he said was the businesses that survive recession and downturns are the ones that figure out how to innovate. And I thought that was really important to say out loud again. The businesses that survive downturns and emergencies and things like that are the ones that figure out how to innovate, right? Because there are opportunities that are going to appear, and you have to be ready to grab them. So do not stop your marketing. Do not pull back. Okay, here's another great example. Just this morning, I'm on Slack for one of my clients, and she's traveling, and she's like, should we shut down our evergreen funnel? It feels like we are being insensitive just to have these emails that, it's all automated, that don't say anything about the virus. And I said, absolutely not. What you have is important, even when there's a pandemic, perhaps even more so. Don't shut down your funnel. If you're concerned, here's what I would do. I would send an email to my list so that people who are already in the funnel get it and know you're thinking about it. And then I might edit the welcome email just a little bit and say, hey, we're aware. We know what's going on. It's scary. You might need this. That's why this is still here. Again, marketing from one human to another human. That's what we're trying to do here, right? And I think in that way, you can show up and be a leader in your industry. So don't pull back. Don't hide. Don't decide that you're too scared to market, or you're too scared. You think people will think you're taking advantage or something like that. It's all good. Hi, Helen. It's all good. So don't pull back. Don't be afraid. Don't let the panic of toilet paper buying show up in your marketing, right? Don't market from a desperate place. Market from a place of kindness. Market from one human to another. Say, I think this is helpful to you. Say, I understand that the world is going crazy and maybe people don't want copywriting right now, but if you do, I'm still here, right? That's the kind of marketing we need right now, whether you're a copywriter or not. That's what we need. So I told my client, no, let me help you draft an email to your list. Let me help you draft that welcome email again so that it says, hey, we get it. There's crap going down in the world right now. We're not ambivalent to it. We're not totally oblivious. We understand. And if you still need this, you still need this. And we're still here for you. Because the last thing people need is for small businesses like ours to shut the lights off, right? That's just going to create more panic. And it's going to be so much harder for you to turn things back on when life starts to go back to normal. Okay? Don't stop. Don't stop believing. Don't make me start singing. You don't want that this early in the morning. And I'll be here for you, right? I'm here. If you've got questions, I'm not turning the lights off. I'm here on my Facebook page. I'm here in my Facebook groups. I'm here on Instagram. Shoot me a direct message if you're freaking out. I won't try to sell you stuff. Let me just help you, okay? I'm here. That's what I'm here for. If you do need a plan, that's what I offer. And that's my whole pitch for today, okay? All right, I will be here. If you got questions, you can leave them in the comments below. If you want to share this video, I would appreciate it. If you've got other business owners who might need to see this once the live is over, go ahead and share it. Because who else knows? Who knows who needs to hear this today, right? All right. Peace, love, and clean hands to you guys. Live long and prosper. We're not shaking hands. We're doing the Spock, and I'll see you guys again soon. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.